Christina's Ghost, Chapter 13. Something very strange here. Wipe your upper lip, Christina, Uncle Ralph said. You have a cocoa mustache that's as big as my real one. He was beginning to look and sound a little bit more like himself. Chris rubbed her mouth with the back of her hand. The hot cocoa was warming her insides, and the goosebumps were fading from her arms. Uncle Ralph scowled at the weak overhead light, then brought a kerosene lamp from the cupboard. Its gentle glow made the kitchen almost cheerful. That's better, he said. A little soothing lamplight while we decide what to do next. Get out, Chris suggested. Let's go to Grandma's house and stay there. Uncle Ralph shook his head. It isn't that simple, he said. My friend in Europe is counting on me to stay through the summer. If I leave, I'll have to give him a reasonable explanation. Besides, he hurried on, we're mixed up in something very strange here, something very rare. We have to deal with it, not run away. Deal with it? How? If he said he was going back up to the attic, Chris was going to leave by herself. You told me your ideas of what was happening here, Uncle Ralph said, and I guess I have to agree with you. As of now, the child, the ghost, we saw in the study is the sad little thing. But that presence in the attic is something else. Dixon, or whatever his name was, must be laid to rest. Laid to rest? Chris didn't like this conversation one bit. Laying Dixon to rest sounded like killing him. But wasn't Dixon already dead? The fellow clearly wants something, or else he wants us to keep us from something. I haven't read a ghost story for 40 years, but it seems to me those are the usual reasons given for a ghost to walk. I wonder if it could be those stamps you told me about. You said the police looked for them but couldn't find them. Maybe they're still somewhere in this house. That would explain why Dixon is prowling around. He's keeping his eye on his treasure he died to protect. Chris shivered. So what should we do? She asked. Hunt for the stamps? Uncle Ralph looked at her with approval. Exactly right, sport, he said. Starting tomorrow, we'll go over the entire house. We'll save the attic for last, he added hastily, seeing Chris's expression. If we can find the stamps and turn them over to the police, there won't be any reason for Dixon to stay around. We'll have some peace, and I can get back to my work. What do you say? Okay, Chris said. I guess. She wondered how he could expect to find anything as small as a stamp in a huge house, but she was willing to try. It would be nice to do something with somebody instead of being by herself all day. They finished their cocoa and rinsed the cups, and Uncle Ralph turned out the lights. Together they trudged to the front hall and looked up the stairs. I don't know, Uncle Ralph said after a minute. Are you going to be able to sleep up there? I don't think so. Chris's goosebumps were coming back. Uncle Ralph ran his fingers through his hair. Then how about sleeping down here in the parlor tonight? Both of us. He sounded as if he hoped that she'd say yes. Terrific, Chris said. He really could read her mind. She used the little bathroom under the stairs and then curled up on the old couch in the parlor. Uncle Ralph settled in the big chair close to the door. It was amusing how much better she felt. Amazing how much better she felt, just knowing he was there. He's not very big, and I guess he's as frightened as I am, she thought. But he is brave. He opened that attic door and started up the stairs when all I wanted to do was run. She didn't think her father could have been any more braver.